So good afternoon to one and all. On behalf of Ashoka Institutions, I welcome you all for this today's session on why to do engineering, know from experts. So today we have very reputed speakers. So Professor Sundarrajan sir is here. He was, he was director at NIT-Trichy, and before that he was with DRDO. He worked closely with Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. And we have Professor K. Laxminarayana sir. So he was director at the DLRL-DRDO, and after that he was professor of EC at several engineering colleges, and he is also very active at professional bodies like IEEE and IET. He has served as vice president of IET. We have Professor D. Venkat Reddy sir, who served as professor and head of the Department of Civil Engineering at NIT Surathkal, Karnataka. And after retiring, he was taken by L&T as advisor at their headquarters. And we have Mohammed Abubakr. He was with Microsoft for almost 10 plus years. He was also Rookie of the Year when he first joined Microsoft. And after his 10 years experience at Microsoft R&D, he started his entrepreneurial journey. He started a company called Zibew Software, which is registered at Singapore. So thank you all for joining us today. So as you know, now it's time for the engineering aspirants who are writing this MSET 2020 exam. Now they are in the process of selecting their courses, selecting their colleges. So for the benefit of the aspiring students and their parents, we are conducting this session. So firstly, I would like to invite Professor Sundarrajan sir to address us.
Good afternoon. Hi, hello to everybody. Thank you, Dr. Basha. It's a good occasion. You know, the topic is good, very appropriate, and I used to meet. Is my voice clear?
Yes, sir, please continue.
Okay. I used to meet parents and along with the students when they join NIT, and the questions. What are the topics? Topic today is there in everybody's mind. Number one, why engineering? Okay. Number two, if engineering, which engineering? Number three, what are the opportunities? And what's going to be my life? And this is what happens, in all the cases. But of course, basically everything depends upon the aspiration of the student. And he has to, that has to become the highest priority, what he aspires to be. So when you see, when he wants to be maybe if you're good in mathematics and all, is the most of the people aspire for engineering first, and then they go to the other aspects, like if somebody wants to become a movie maker, somebody wants to become an architect, or is business startup. Everything starts from that. So basically, the first 4 years of this professional life is going to form the basis of how we are going to behave, how we are going to work, and how we are going to go ahead with our future. It is a nice topic. We'll have a number of questions. And thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Now I request Professor Laxminarayana sir to address. You can unmute sir, and okay sir.
Good evening everybody. So I'm happy to be with you. Now the topic, now students want to know why you want B.Tech, why not B.Sc or B.Com or something like that. But BTech is different because you are an engineer, you know how to design, how to make things. Engineering means converting what science into a object. That is engineering. So you are the everything in this world is due to engineering. And engineering started long back once man from the day one, engineering is there. Though it was not called engineering, much later it was called engineering. Engineering is always there. Now, why ECE? Some people may ask. Now, ECE means electronics communication. It's called information and communication technology. There's no area where it is not touched by ICT. You know that mechanical, electrical, everywhere, administration, banking, everywhere ICT is there. So IT is a must, and EC is a part of that ICT. EC and computer, CSA, all part of ICE. So it is essential that one should learn these languages, and also don't depend too much on your somebody employing you, or you yourself can become a entrepreneur, start your own business. Now there's a big make in India is coming in a big way. Banks are coming forward, agencies are coming forward to help you open your own company, start your own business. The only thing is you should have that tendency, you should have that interest to start your own business, interest to work hard, interest to achieve some goals. Then definitely you are going to achieve whatever you think. So that is the thing I would like to close this.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Now I request Professor Venkat Reddy sir to share a few words. You can unmute, sir, and
So, respected Sundarrajan, Professor Laxminarayana, and Sundarraj and Dr. Rafiq. Sir Sundarrajan, sir, I met you long back in NIT-Trichy. We conducted our international conference with the Cafeta Innova, that is our office Basha, and Dr. Raju, myself working. And later he also worked as a director of our NIT Suratkal also for a short period. At 2017, I think I retired, and 2 years I worked in L&T. They wanted about my professional the interaction with them. When working with them, I found about the work with many mega projects. So many years I was in teaching research institute. There are 2 years working with like a construction engineering. So there also they have a interaction with the young, the dynamic, the faculty, or we call the institute they're working. They want to get the training how exactly the engineering works. So there we found about, actually, in my point of view, coming to civil engineering point of view. So many engineers in the UG level, they're not in a position to know what exactly what they are going to learn. So actually, really, I think the already Sundarrajan given and Laxminarayana also given about a lot of scopes are there for engineering stream. So I'm not contradicting science and engineering. So engineering stream, those who want to take about the civil engineering, or you can call the, even also nowadays, I think the opportunities are going to increase. I don't think about just IT related, but now, true speaking, now we are using civil engineers using more IT than by anybody else. You can see artificial intelligence we are using, virtual labs introducing, building collapsing we are finding about. You know everything, tunnel working. everything is automation and everything is IT related. So this is the way now working about the a lot of demand is coming. Only thing is, I will tell the student afterwards, you should be in a technically must be qualified, and you are in a position to come up to the expectation of the industry. Then only the industry will be up to you. That is one of the things. And I think just now mentioned you, India is going to become, so for example, this is the short break for us because of COVID-19. So everybody is, I think, so I think we are going to about the Sagaramala is coming, Gold Ring coming, and I think high speed trains are coming out. And I think there are a lot of the high speed train, and for example, like the freight corridor is coming from Delhi to Bombay connecting, and the East Coast connecting, and so a lot of civil engineers are required for in a future. So this is the one way I think they want to tell you. So it depends upon how best you can be trained or how best you can come out to industry. Then only the industry will take, not just by reading by yourself. The company will go to the institute and find about, they'll find about the best shooter depending upon the requirement, that you should be work hard, get it academically and also get the training and do that one. Then only we are coming to the work of the industry as required. There is no that party, only thing is shortage with you. Those who want to go for more, for example, I think for Sundarrajan Transport, go for the MTech level, GATE examinations, then go for a specialization, structural engineering or geotechnical engineering, environmental engineering, and there are vast courses also there. So I think these are the, I'm not the telling about over exam, I'm telling about the facts. The selection working to the job requirement depends upon how professionally you are going to be talented. The rest will follows you as you find. So these are the short information as to time constraint. Then I can leave for the general discussions. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Now I request Mohammed Abubakr to share a few words.
Thanks, Pasha. So, first of all, I congratulate all the fresh uh, candidates who are planning to join for engineering. This is a great phase of your life. Uh, First and foremost, whichever branch you decide, try deciding it based on the branch that you will truly enjoy the next 4 years. Uh, Long ago, 15, 20, 30 years back, uh, people joined engineering because their parents told them to join, or societal pressure, or the need for an high paying job. So these were the factors that determined people to join a certain branch of engineering. But fortunately, the current generation, there are so many opportunities. So you don't have to join engineering for the sake of your parents forcing you to join something, or for the sake of money. Try joining it for the sake of happiness. Like, this is, if you believe you want to build great constructions, become a great architect or great uh, builder, then you join civil engineering. If you want to become an amazing somebody who want to build vehicles of future, then join mechanical engineering. If you want to build the most complex or most amazing future IT applications, then join computer science. So try joining it because there's some vision that you have in life to be. Uh, that's why you choose the branch. Don't choose it for the sake of parents and for the sake of reasons. Now that said, I believe not all students will be in the same boat. There will be some of you who have done really well in your intermediate, who are like the toppers or the top 5% or 10%, and there will be some of you who are like in a mid range, and there are some of you in the bottom range, right? So you need to you are at around a stage of your life where you have to determine where you are going with respect to your life, and then make the decision as well. uh, Somebody who is really at the top, who has done really well in intermediate, for them, they can, if they are also passionate about some modern technologies, then they can choose some of the advanced branches like AI and ML, those sort of things. And somebody who is not that well to do, then you can think about how sometimes you don't do engineering for the sake of engineering. There are a lot of other things people do it. Like recently I was interacting with a group of students uh, from a engineering college, uh, like about 200 kilometers away from Hyderabad. And what those students told me was very surprising thing. They told me that majority of them have done engineering not for the sake of engineering, but because it helps them get an admission in a foreign university, and they can get a visa easily. And that was the reason why they did the engineering, and they had no interest in engineering itself, but the life it can offer, say going to another country like Australia, New Zealand, or United States. So the people have their reasons. So at least be clear with what reason you want to do engineering. If you are not clear, then your 4 years of engineering will go in confusion and you'll not be happy with it. But if you have a clear reason that, okay, I'm doing engineering because it helps me get a visa, go to some other country, then the 4 years of your engineering you're going to enjoy. You're going to have good friends. You're going to enjoy that 4 years of time. If you are doing engineering for learning a new technology, then you're going to enjoy learning that new technology in 4 years. But the bottom line, the point that I'm trying to make is, do it because you're going to love that 4 years of period, not because some parental pressure or some external reasons. It has to be truly for your own thing. And of course, subsequent questions, I'll talk more about what is industry expecting, and what sort of technologies are in demand. Over to you, Bash.
Thank you so much, Abu. Now the forum is open for discussions. So we have prospective students and their parents in the session. So you can ask questions now. So I request Hemachandran sir to please coordinate.
Yeah, sir. Actually, when we posted this webinar in social media, many of their parents and students raised a lot of queries in that. So we sorted out some very important things. If we answer for that one, then it will be very grateful to them. So in that way, we shortlisted some questions here, and I need to ask the first question. Is Mr. Raju is a father of Salma Begum, and he want to know about what advantage does a B.Tech degree have over B.Sc, B.Ca, like arts and science courses. What advantage does a B.Tech degree have over B.Sc, B.Ca, like arts and science courses? This is what the question they asked from.
So,
Shall I?
uh,
Yeah.
if I can
Yeah,
take the answer to that, if
yeah,
you are looking from a job role and uh, kind of employment offers in the market, uh, BTech will allow candidates to get an entry in top companies. For example, companies like Google, Microsoft, Amazon, Facebook, all these companies, they tend to hire predominantly candidates from BTech or engineering background for their development roles. And the salaries are also on the higher side for such candidates. The
okay,
candidates from arts and uh, BCom, that kind of a background, they are generally the second preference. So very few candidates or some exceptional cases who will make it to top companies, but rest of the ones, they do like simple marketing or sales kind of jobs. So that is a key difference.
Okay.
okay, sir. Okay.
Sundarrajan sir,
And
I think you were about to say something.
No, that's fine. Actually, he has given the answer, right answer. And competition. If you see the competition among, large number of students are doing BCom, BA, BSc. Opportunities are not there to employ all of them. And unlike in BTech, it's a professional course. So when you call something as a professional course, the opportunities go up. We also talk about industry, industry 3.0, 4.0, 5.0. Industry 3.0 was something about 20 years back when we were studying. And 4.0, now it has come from the ICT, and large number of opportunities are coming up. And 5.0 is going to come up shortly. See, in all these cases, when we do something, when you're looking for profession, we are looking for a career. So professional career will be normally lucrative. Number two, professional career also, it gives a general approach to any problem. See, for example, a person does B.Tech and then he gets into IAS. He joins any service, anything, whatever. They are easily flexible to move to different professions because the 4 years of their courses give the background of how to go about in your life. And that advantage is there in B.Tech.
Okay, sir. Next question, please.
Student name is Ashwin from Gayatri Junior College. He asked that after completion of B.Tech opportunities are more in IT sector or in core sector?
Good question. Good question. Of course, if you see the present situation, the IT sector offers a large number of opportunity. But what happens is, over a period, IT sector, when you call something as IT sector, it is something connected with the computer applications. And it, as Professor Reddy pointed out, every core subject has got a IT base in this. There is no difference between a core sector and IT sector. Perhaps what we call as IT sector is something like banking operations and all, which become manual, anybody can do over a period of 5 years, people get fed up. Whereas core sector, it gives an opportunity, challenges and all. But both core sector and IT sector, both are one and the same. As far as the opportunity is concerned, core sector will have a better edge over IT sector in the long run when you are going for a startup and other areas.
Okay, sir. Next question, please.
Just I want to add one thing.
Yes, sir. Please, sir.
Yeah, Sundarrajan sir added very nicely. See, the IT sector and core sector, and now I think just I mentioned to you, core sectors also you are using about a lot of IT, and some of the industries like TCS and the Afro and Mahindra and companies, they required about only the professional core engineers like civil engineers or mechanical engineers, and they'll give about a training and give the IT sectors they are leading. So the depending upon the usage, the non-IT sectors also, I think now I think we are using more IT, and sometimes they required only the core engineers required to use about IT they solve. For example, any civil engineer problems comes about this one. A civil engineer with the IT sector problem, we can solve the problems rather than a merely a IT sector. So this is depends upon the student how he can have about his interest. There are many top ranking IT sector people are from the civil and mining. Our students are become the one of the top people in the IT sector related to the engineering. So that depends upon how best you are, how best professional you are, then only you are coming about the industry by yourself.
Okay, thank you, sir. Now we'll take the next question.
Student Rajesh from Nagarjuna College. How are the vacancies in DRDO, PSU Public Sector Unit and other government jobs?
For engineering students.
Yes.
Laxminarayana can give it.
DRDO, there is a lot of scope for all branches, mechanical, electrical, civil, and ECE, computers. Everybody, DRDO is a big organization spread throughout India, and it's, similarly, ISRO, you have then you have number of PSUs, BHEL, ECL, BEL. There are a lot of public sector undertakings which offer government jobs. But one should not look at government jobs now. It's more towards privatization, even this thing. So don't expect only government jobs, means you don't have to work and get pay. It is not like that. Now things have changed. You should be interested to work. You should be ready to work hard and earn your monthly pay. And whether it is government or private, now more and more private organizations are coming up, offering you jobs throughout anywhere. Only thing is you should have that capacity and interest to work hard and show something to the employer. Otherwise, also you can start your own industry, starting from a small way, and you can go beyond that. Only thing is, everywhere you have to work hard, be prepared to work hard, use your knowledge you acquire in your B.Tech, then you can come up anywhere, whether it is government or private or your own industry.
Of course, getting into this is also a journey. Just for information, like how we are preparing for NSET or JEE, and continuous grilling you are undergoing at Chaitanya and other institutions. Something like that. What happens is at the end of BTech, there is something called GATE examination, and that's a competitive examination. Like how Mr. Abubakr has brought it very clearly, there is always, there is always a competition, and the top 10%, 20%, they try to get in. They compete with each other. That's where when you are trying to get into DRDO, ISRO, or atomic energy, or any of the public sectors, or IITs, we have to prepare for GATE, and we have to prepare for that interview right from the beginning. And that's a good effort. If we can make a good effort towards joining a government job. But definitely we should not aim at the government job, because as he rightly pointed out, we are going in for an era of privatization. So even DRDO, ISRO, B.Sc, all are becoming, more and more towards privatization. So you can be an entrepreneur serving those institutions.
Now I think DRDO has opened a lot of opportunities for
huge opportunities.
Yes. Thank you, sir. So we will take a short break of 2 minutes, and then we will rejoin this session.
So that way, if you are, suppose you are going to Germany. Germany is a place where they attract students, but when they are setting up an industry in India, they will prefer their student first. So that way, even for persons who would like to come back and settle here, the opportunities are more. So definitely, but presently the COVID situation, we are going through some sort of a US visa problem and all. These are all temporary things which will go off. After 2-3 years, you may not find everything will get settled down. And B.Tech degree definitely, is very, very helpful when compared to any other courses to go abroad.
Okay, sir. And the next question is from Rahul from Z Junior College, and the question is, how are the startup potential for engineering graduates?
I think
There, yeah, let me take that question.
please, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, so there are a lot of opportunities for startups. However, for getting into startups or doing anything in the startup, the expectation is that the candidate should be really good at engineering. So, because the startups have very limited resources, unlike a large company where a given work is being done by, say, a 10 people or a 15 people team. In a startup, it's often 1 or 2 people team. So the expectations from the startup is that if you join a startup from day one, you should be able to deliver work. So if there are candidates who are, cream of the engineering colleges, they should, my personal suggestion would be that they should join startups so that they learn fast, they grow fast, and in future they themselves can become entrepreneurs. They can start their own companies and that way help in building the nation further. uh, so that would be my take on this.
Nice, sir. Nicely you answered, sir. This one. Everyone has understand clearly this thing. And
Just one point
the
there.
next question. Yeah, yeah. Yes, sir.
Dr. Hafiz can give this answer very well. He is working more on startup. Can you put a few words, Hafiz, on this question? You are the right person.
Now, actually, there are a lot of opportunities, especially for students, because now the Ministry of Education has made it mandatory for almost all the educational institutions to have their own incubation centers in the campus, so that the ideas that come out of young minds can be converted into startups. So almost 5 different ministries in the central government have kept schemes, both institutional support and direct support to startups. So I myself take care of incubation center at Ashoka Institution. So we are encouraging students to consider entrepreneurship as a career option, and already some of the students are doing internships at startup companies so that they gain good experience, and by the time they graduate they will be in a position to start something on their own. The main thing is, what we believe is, it's like self-employment. Once a person is self-employed, he is like no more unemployed, and then if whatever he or she is doing, if it gets successful, then he or she will be in a position to provide opportunities to 4 more others. So with this belief, we encourage students to go ahead in this direction. I think Laxminarayana sir is already mentor at various startup forums. So I think sir can add few more words. Please, sir.
See, I'm a member of this Bharatiya Yuvashakti Trust, which encourages entrepreneurs starting their own enterprises. For that, first you should have a product in your mind. Design a product, make it, and you should know who is going to use it, where to sell it, who are the buyers, and you should have a proper design for that, how to make it. All those things you should already worked out. Then you go to come to us. We'll prepare the project reports and submit to the bank. Bank gives the loans, and you can start working on that. But first, you should have your own product in your mind, the design and how you are going to do it. What are the machinery required? What is the capital required? What is the space required? Everything you should work out. But final report will be, we will work and give it to you. You don't worry. But first, come with a product that you do start from your engineering third year itself. Then you will be able to come out with a project by the end of your BTech. You can start your own business.
Thank you, sir.
We are ready to help you.
We'll take the next question, please.
Yeah.
Uh, Mohan, uh, father of Mr. Srikanth, Bhavani Junior College, he asked that how good is ECE compared to other branches?
Hello.
Again to Laxminarayana.
Uh, you know that see, everything has got electronics built into it. You take anything,
Civilly also.
any machine, anything, civil, electrical, mechanical, everything has electronics built into it. Whether medical equipment or mechanical equipment, electrical, anything is connected with electronics. So electronics is a must and it is fast growing field. You know, it has started recently, 100 years, 50 years back or 100 years back, and it has grown such a fast rate, and there's a lot of growth into it, and also the computers and all that is additional to this. So EC is the mother of all these things, software, hardware, everything, and it has got a very good potential, no doubt. But traditional civil and mechanical engineering is always there. But this is a additional which is going very fast, growing very fast, and you don't require big investments to start your own business unless you are going for ICV these things. But you know, in China, all small scale businesses are all electronics only. Starting from toys, watches, everything is a small scale industry. So that's what is going to come to India now. So EC is a very good branch, and it's a very tough branch also. Should be able to have that tendency to do hard work, and everywhere it is hard work is going to pay.
Thank you, sir. And the next question from Bharat, Jagrati Junior College. He asked that most of them are drifting towards CSC. Then how is civil engineering?
Venkat Reddy sir will take this.
Yeah. So what is the main question? They want shifting to?
Many students are choosing CSC this time. So how is civil engineering?
Okay, not on civil, I will tell you about. So I think our Sundarrajan sir and Professor Laxminarayana and Abubakr also already given the inputs for you as a parents. And the first more thing is nowadays the see the I think the trend coming just now. I think Lakshman given about DRDO also going to privatization. I don't know, you know about, I think few days back I saw about some of the youngsters who joined the ISRO. They are in a position to start the rocket launchings. They're going to buy the private. They learn how. This is the, I shocked myself. More young people working them, they are ready to start their launching of the like a rocket system private sector. So that is the capability of the things. So CS are computational or and core subjects. Nowadays, I think it is almost the we are ongoing. Actually, non the core people they are using less. Actual core people are using about more IT related. Many softwares also came, designing of building structure, designing of the dams. Then many softwares are so designed. Software learning and making also required about the our people knows about the more IT related. So job opportunities we should not see for, I think next future is, I think as our the go for, think about as a Lakshman mentioned about why can't go for a entrepreneurship. A government also going to this, jobs are very limited. A previous question one student asked about the how to go for USA. USA studying, please don't think, don't join any institute as you get the seat in a USA. You select a institute which is the deserve to get the ranking. First you should get it. Then depending upon your the things, get the right institutions, there you are going to get the, and it is nowadays I think the core or non-core depends upon the thing. Electrical, you can take up the electrical. I know about my daughter studied electrical. Electrical is the mother of all the things. Now people are thinking to reluctant to go to electrical and civil. Sir, there is no job civil electrical. You know, electronics came from the electrical. Then electronics switched to the IT. IT did to computers. You know what is the how difficulty IT electrical. You know, even today's subject is very tough. The electrical student getting very tough because the subject is like that. If you get to the electrical, the remaining the electronics, IT and the computer all are related. So mother branch is, if you go to IIT, there is no electronics, there is no electrical. The electric comes under electrical only. In our the J into sector, Usman said, sir, you won't join electrical, you want join to electronics or maybe like that. So please try to learn about how the technical of the technicality. If you are good in that one, you are going to come up all things. These are the few the inputs for the previous two questions also.
Thank you, sir.
I would like
Next
to add.
question.
I'd
Sir,
like to
please,
add.
sir.
See,
Yes, sir.
the questions actually, the questions which are the minds, which branch to choose. It's an interesting question because 40 years back, I also went through the same questions, And what's the difference between 40 years and now? So the one thing I would like to inform you about the trend which is going on in our education sector. The students who are joining now, they are going to come out in 4 or 5 years later. Now, the difference between electrical engineering, mechanical engineering, civil engineering, computer science, they're all going off. So what is emerging now is engineering without borders. So some of the IITs have started giving degrees in engineering. You see, there is nothing like civil engineering or computer science or IT, because when we are talking about it, everywhere IT is involved. Everywhere machine learning. If you see the top trends of the in the world, machine learning, artificial intelligence, new materials, these are all coming up. But does it mean, you see, for nanomaterials, all these things when they are coming, so does it mean that we have to orient towards another aspect which is coming up is interdisciplinary. For startup, we cannot have a mechanical engineer, electrical engineer, civil engineer. We cannot employ 10 people over there. So interdisciplinary, one has to be competent. So the borders, let us not bother much about which engineering branch we are going to get in. It doesn't really matter. Whatever the courses, what you are getting into that, now it is not going to be specialization, what we call as a core subject, and these are all going off. So core subject means number of electives from computer science, number of electives from IT, number of electives from other subjects. So in the long run, a student, not in the long run, in the short run, in the next 5 years, student of mechanical engineering should know good knowledge, should have a knowledge about mechanical engineering, but at the same time, he should have a very good knowledge on computer science, information technology, ECE, chemical engineering, everywhere. So what we used to call as a jack of all trade, now it has become a fashion. That is going to be the future. That's where people are required now. So let's forget about the differences. Anything is okay. Anything is okay. But wherever you are getting opportunity, you have to do certification courses. You get into electrical engineering, do a certification course somewhere. That's my advice to you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, but I just want to add one non-serious point.
Please.
Uh, so if the parents are deciding which branch to choose for a student, then my suggestion is that parents should just visit some matrimonial agent. He will have exact clarity on which branch is in demand, because which grooms are the brides searching for. Based on that, he can give precise clarity.
Right, sir.
Chandran sir, next question, please.
Yes, sir. The next one, Mr. Hamad from Narayana Junior College. He has that. What is the difference between AI, ML, and data science?
Are they same or different?
Yeah, yes, sir.
I think Abubakr can answer this.
Sorry, can you come? The voice was breaking. Can you ask the question again?
What is the difference? What is the difference between AI, machine learning, and data science? And
Okay.
how we can show the difference over there?
Are they same or different?
Yeah. So machine learning is a subset of artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is a broader topic that includes neural networks and lot machine learning and deep learning and many other fields. So machine learning is a subset of artificial intelligence. Data sciences is a broader field which involves anything related to data. So, say for example, you are analyzing stock market data. That is data sciences. In the stock market data, you can apply artificial intelligence, you can apply machine learning, uh, or you can simply do statistical analysis using an Excel sheet. But that also is part of data sciences. So, so the chronology is that you have artificial intelligence, which is a broader subject that includes machine learning, deep learning, neural networks, and many other topics. Machine learning is very specific to the algorithms you can write in terms of machine learning. It could be statistical algorithms or non-statistical algorithms. So that's machine learning, and then data sciences is very general topic related to manipulation and analysis of data. So it has many other subfields under it. You can use artificial intelligence to do data analysis. You can use a simple Excel sheet to do data analysis. You can do data mining. You have databases analysis on top of databases. So all of that comes under data sciences. So data science is a broader subject more related to data analysis. I hope that answers the question.
Yes, sir. And related to that, one more question is there, sir.
Yeah.
Should I take CSC or CSC with artificial intelligence and machine learning? Will there be any difference?
Okay, good question. So, see, majority of the future jobs that are going to come, because the candidates that are doing engineering now, they will graduate in another 4 years. So, if you look at the trend in which the job market is going, 4 years from now, majority of the jobs would be on artificial intelligence, on machine learning. Those are the kind of jobs that are going to be there. If you look at the kind of technologies that are coming up in space, Tesla has already launched automated vehicles in US. The vehicles are doing self-drive. Right, majority of you can go on YouTube and check out. The cars are already launched in US market, where you don't even need to control the steering. The car drives in itself, and that car is using machine learning algorithms. Similarly, in future, the trucks, majority of the vehicular technologies will be using self-driving using artificial intelligence. Uh, the similar impact will come in many other fields that we know of. Uh, so it is better if there is an option before the candidates to take a computer science with machine learning option is there, then I would give preference to that because future jobs and future technologies are going to be on that. But if that option is not available to the student, then they can go with the standard computer science engineering, which also provides good level of basics on machine learning, but that specialization will not be there. The specialization will be there if there is an engineering course along with machine learning.
Sir. And next question, Mr. Madhu from Pragati College. He asked that how are the job opportunities in the telecom sector if we study electronics and communication engineering?
My take is that telecom sector is a dying field. Uh, it is don't study electronics and communication engineering for the sake of telecom sector. The traditional telecom landline connections 5 years from now might not exist in the world because everything will be you know mobile based. And secondly, even the standard cellular systems that people study, CDMA, GSM, those kind of technologies, even those are going to get wiped out because everything now is communication over internet. If you like, even like Airtel and Geo right now, they are making regular phone calls over internet, not based on the CDMA or the GSM technologies. So if somebody don't study electronics and communication engineering for a job in telecom sector, even if you secure a job in BSNL, it's a matter of time BSNL is going to go down. Study electronics and communication engineering for the sake of chip designing or VLSI or creating new like better cell phones, uh, you know uh, mobile app technologies, mobile phone technologies, computer technologies, or screen technologies. These are the ones that will be there. So study electronics and communication for the core chip design, those kind of technology, not for telecommunications.
I would like to add here.
Sir,
Sure.
one more thing, sir. Related to that, one more question they asked. If it is in that case, if you learn 5G, will it be useful for our masters as well as the PhD for the higher studies?
Not necessarily true. 3G, 4G, 5G is just protocols. Uh,
Okay.
like bunch of agencies just decide what should be the protocols, what should be the bandwidth, what should be this thing, and multiple countries agree to it. So from a PhD standpoint, if somebody wants to do PhD, they should look at core research. It could be in problems that have like a significance to humanity. It could be in, like, for example, right now, if you look at the way coronavirus has spread, there are so many problem statements that have come out of it. So PhD is supposed to be for that kind of stuff. Maybe an MTech thesis, maybe a BTech thesis on 5G would be good, but not a PhD thesis.
Laxminarayana sir, you can speak.
I would like to. Hello,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Please continue.
Dr. Hafiz.
Yes,
I would
sir.
like to add that just now Abubakr said EC is a dying thing. It's not, because electronics and communications. Communication
No,
doesn't mean only line communication or this
so
thing.
I told
Internet is also
telecommunications is a
communication.
dying field, not EC.
EC is
Fine, fine.
always there, and this job opportunities is also well there, and you can start your own. And that's what I already said. And higher learning also, there is in India. Higher learning means if you don't get a job after B.Tech, you go for M.Tech. If you don't get job after M.Tech, you go for PhD. This is the way it is happening in India. Outside, you have to finance yourself. So unless you are interested, you don't go for higher studies. Here, there are a lot of opportunities for employees to go for higher studies. They can do MTech, they can do PhDs. Also, there are a number of courses offered by IITs and foreign universities, online courses. You can join those courses and study yourself and get your certificates. So higher learning is now it's open and it's very wide. There's no problem. Only thing is you choose what you want to study. That is the thing.
Thank you, sir. And the another question, Miss Akila from Bhavani Junior College, he asked about what is the difference between B architecture as well as B.Tech civil, which is best?
Venkat Reddy sir, you can unmute and you can continue.
Yeah. This is the good question also. The civil engineering and PR, even our Prof. Sundarrajan also knows about very wide experience as a director and involved in several organizations. See, the architectural study, the entrance itself is different. And to eligibility for architectural engineering, Bachelor of Architectural, even JE second main examination, there is one group we can attend. And NATO will conduct the examination exclusively for our Bachelor of Architectural Engineering. So there are two important fields in this one. Just now mentioned, the architectural engineering is to, for example, for the civil engineering, there are two different ways. Architectural designing for interior designing, exterior designing. For example, you know, many times you are seeing about the monument is designed by the architectural engineer. Architectural design a different way, and civil engineer both can make the structure. I think in Hyderabad, I think you know about the present secretariat is coming out. The old secretariat is demolished, new secretariat is coming. The architecture is selected from the Tamil Nadu. So he's given different type of designs, and these are the architectural way. So architectural create the structure, then this will be given to you. The two different way for the to enter into a course also, as a different sectors. All institutes are not running the architecture engineering. Only some, I think, institutions, some NITs are architectural, and there is exclusively the architectural engineering courses also there. So there are the two types of the streams and two types of, for example, entrance way is available. Expertise also different. Architectural, the engineer, architectural person cannot design about the civil engineering structure. He cannot design a foundation. He cannot design about the stability. He can design structure. There is a thing for those who are offering for example, like nowadays, I think private consulting services. I think many architectural, I think designing, interior designings are a lot of scope. I think nowadays great demand for the architectural, good architecture engineering with the certificate courses are like that. So it depends upon these two. The study is different, engineering examination in different way, the professional way is coming up different, working of job also different. Both are the independent and both are the good the potential, and even you can have his own. Nowadays, as things upon everything we are going for a self-sufficient and privatization, we are also coming to the one of the way. So these all details are given in the, I think the respective websites also they given how to get, what are the institutions, and even the government institutions also, I think they're providing about the architecture. In Hyderabad, I think there is, I think Vijayawada only architecture engineering is, and Hyderabad Central University also having. Anyone?
So whatever it is there, let me have one word.
Please, sir, please.
Whatever I say, whether communications are there, whether civil is a must. You need a house, we need roads, you need irrigation. Is a never dying field, civil engineering, always required. Only thing is the roles are changing. With technology, the roles are changing. Now, engineers must go for higher level of design, how to make things easier. Now, different designs are coming with a faster building. Those things are now going to the future. So, what you learn in your civil engineering makes a lot of difference now.
Correct. Hemachandran sir, do you have any more questions left?
No, sir, that's it, sir. That's it. That's it. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So we'll stop the Q&A session. So before we wind up, I think it will be nice if the experts can share their message to the students. So we will begin with Sundarrajan sir.
Yeah, good, a good session. So basically, the parents and the students, they may have to think seriously about what he or she would like to do. And if a person is creative and good in drawing, goes for architecture, good in mathematics, good wants to do something more, comes to the engineering side. And the as the world is changing, we have to prepare our students for what is going to be in 2025. So taking a cue from a person who has passed about, parents, for example, they'll be in their 30s and 40s, so there's a big generation gap. So perhaps what they have to do is what is going to be the future. Future, if you see the McKinsey report, there are 15 technologies which are going to rule the world. Like, the one which is electric vehicles, non-conventional energy, wireless technology. See, everywhere. The civil construction is a quick and very fast composite construction of the buildings. So the number of things are coming up which are going to be the business for the future. So we have to see, we have to go along with the river, and we cannot afford to go against it or stand at the same place. So friends, the boys and girls, you think about what is your line and analyze what is that which is going to be convenient for you, and join whatever you get. So don't bother whether I should have got this, I should have got this and all. It's just immaterial. If you have your goal very clear, irrespective of whichever the department which you are joining, you have your friends from the other departments and try to plan for your future. That way, startup is going to create a lot of opportunities for all of us. No investment, only ideas. You see, earlier we were having ideas, we didn't have money. Now people are there to pour money, we have to have ideas. So hundreds of things are going to come up. It's nice to see that Ashoka is having a good incubation center. Basha is leading that. It is really a very good initiative of that particular institution to focus on this. And this, I think, this will make you to decide what is that you have to do in the next 1 or 2 months. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So we have only 1 minute left, so I'll just close the session. So once again, on behalf of Ashoka Institutions, I thank you all for joining this session today. And most of the answers are like very specific and answering to the questions raised by students and their parents. And I'm sure this will help them in taking right decision in their future. So once again, thank you, sir. Thank you so much. And have a good day. Bye-bye.